Is the market starting to shift? Hey guys, Khalil El Gould, Glass House Real Estate. And today I wanted to talk about the current state of the Northern Virginia real estate market for the spring of 2022. I'm having this conversation every day. So let's recap the last 3 months of the year. We saw record high prices, interest rates were still in the low to mid threes, all-time high buyer demand, all-time high buyer showings on properties. And if you were a seller in Q1 of 2022, you probably did fantastic. Now keep in mind, homes priced in the first quarter of 2022 were using retrospective data based on homes that sold in 2021. Which were, in many cases, 10 to 20% lower than where those homes eventually sold for just in the last few weeks, okay? That market, if you took advantage of it as a seller, congratulations, you did well. You might be looking at the market here in the next couple of months and wondering, okay, what's happening today? Over the last week, interest rates have gone to almost 5%. Inventory is starting to hit the market as it always does this time of year. The market is finally starting to shift toward buyers. Now, we're still seeing showings, but they have gone down tremendously, right? If you got 10 showings in your first weekend, you're probably looking at 3 showings now. If you got 7, 8 offers last quarter, you're probably getting 2 or 3 offers now. So obviously, with less buyer demand, less competition, the response to these listings and these high asking prices has diminished significantly. Now keep in mind, prices are still elevated. We're still coming out with prices based on what sold most recently, not last year. So we are starting at a high point already, and the expectation of getting multiple offers and escalating far over those asking prices is something that I would not advise my clients to have. It's just a fundamentally different market today than it was a few weeks ago. Now, the risk involved with underpricing in a market where we have fewer buyers and rising interest rates, in my opinion, is not worth it. I tend to want to price homes on the money, where I think they should sell. Maybe a tad lower, but not necessarily. Like if I think, hey, this is $1 million house, despite the neighbor selling for $950, I'm going to list at $1 million. First list at $950 and let the market set the price. If an agent ever tells you, hey, the market will set the price, that agent's not very good, in my opinion. I want to set the price. And if we go higher, great. So if you're going out there today and listing your home, my advice to sellers is go the extra mile in preparing your home. Presentation and marketing right now is everything. We are asking for a premium price on all of our listings, right? We're asking for 10, 20, 30% higher than what these homes sold for just a year ago. So if we are going to ask for these premium prices, we need to deliver a premium product. And that is something I can't stress enough. Just the way I operate is that I tend to cap all improvements plus cost of staging at about 1% of the sales price. Go that extra mile, really do everything in your power as a seller to make the home turnkey. That is going to get buyers excited. Will prices go down? As of right now, we're still getting our asking prices and oftentimes more, but we are seeing far fewer showings and getting far fewer offers. Don't know what's gonna happen. If rates do drop in the next couple of weeks, will that motivate buyers to go back out and buy a house before they creep back up? Possibly. It is not unlikely that we see 6% interest rates or really close to 6% interest rates this summer. So that is definitely something to keep in mind if you are a home seller or a home buyer. As far as my future sellers, sellers who are in the pipeline for the next 3 to 6 months, my advice is to run, don't walk to the market. Try to get to the market as quickly as possible. Unless there are extenuating circumstances out of your control, it is of my opinion that you should try to get on the market sooner than later. I always tell clients the same thing. We know what we know, and we know what we don't. And as of right now, there are far fewer buyers available, but the ones who are out there looking at homes are motivated. They have to buy. Another thing that I'm starting to see here on the ground level is just chatter in the industry, right? Fellow agents, industry publications, more headlines about this inevitable market slowdown. The open houses aren't as busy. Foreclosures are going up. And I think once the mainstream media starts to pick up on these cues and the headlines go from the best real estate market in the world to, is this the end? Is there a crash, a bubble, etc.? You have to remember, the media and the news use data in retrospect, right? So they're using data from 30, 60, 90 days ago. Once the data catches up and they start to see, hey, fewer buyers, fewer over asking price, fewer investors, then I think the headlines are going to be painted in a way where buyers will be hesitant to get into this market if they are in a position where they don't have to buy. To be fair, I wasn't a huge believer that the rates going up a point or a point and a half, wherever we are right now, would have a huge impact on the market. I stand corrected. Buyers are seeing these rates, they're looking at the current mortgage payment, the current taxes. Okay, you know what? If I went out and bought my house today, it's 40, 50% more expensive than what I'm currently paying. That is a tough pill to swallow, especially if you are looking to move up. But the good news is, if you're a buyer, this might be a good opportunity for you to go get a home at a reasonable price with reasonable terms. There are still those outlier properties that are getting multiple offers that are super competitive, and those will always be part of this market, especially here in Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or you want to talk about your situation in particular, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is below. Thanks and have a great day.